What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video with your girl. Hey, Sean Clay. Right now, I am at the gas station this is my neighborhood gas station that I grew up at on 42nd and Post Road. It looks the same, as y'all can see. I'll show y'all around. It looks the same. Nothing really changed. The people still the same. The lady who put me out when I was a kid, she's still here. And to this day, when she sees me, she's so happy to see me and stuff like that. Do I want grippos? No, I really don't want grippos. Know what I want? Ugh. I want these boys. They got a car limit. Probably $3 car limit. Oh man. $288. It's a car limit. I add this on there. All right. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna talk to y'all as I film this. So before I even film this, as y'all can see, y'all see that y'all can see my hands, right? Yeah, so give this video a thumbs up. I am using my GoPro body strap. If y'all don't know, I do have a GoPro on me, which is this right here. And I'm using my body strap. So right now we are on 42nd and Post Road. What I'm about to stand on it's new. This has never been here. This is the purple line, bus line. So the bus line is going to be going through 42nd and Post Road. Fish and Wings. They used to be called the Post Road Fish Market. We should go in there. Should we? I don't know. I don't want to go in there. I ain't been in there in a long time, but it used to be called, that store right there, it used to be called the Post Road Fish Market. And as kids, we used to find phones on the ground and we would take it to him. And he'd look at us like, are you serious? But anyways, oh shoot, I dropped my wristbands. I knew something dropped off of me. But all right, so what y'all see right here is where Oak Tree used to be at. Oak Tree Apartments, they were knocked down a few years ago, not that long ago. That's why I used to go swim and stuff and all that great things. Then to the left, as y'all can see right here, that is Three Fountains. So yeah, it's a fun fact. I lived in almost every apartment. I lived in every apartment over here on 42nd and Post Road, besides Sun Place. I have family that stayed in Sun Place. I spent the night in some place, but I never actually lived in some place. I lived in Three Fountains. Because my grandma lived over there, but she wasn't there a long time. I remember Three Fountains because when we got taken away and we was placed in Guardian Home, when they came and got us, that was the place I went straight to. So that's why I remember it. But we are walking up on Brentwood. I'm not gonna say that. because I don't want to confuse the people that's watching this video. We are walking up on Towne and Terrace condominiums, known as TNT. In the street that it sits on, well, the 2 streets that it sits on, but we're gonna go to Mount Vernon too. But nobody really talks about Mount Vernon, but Mount Vernon is like the little sister to Brentwood, you know. Mount Vernon and Brentwood comes as one. Mount Vernon and Brentwood, they sit Towne and Terrace condominiums. 42nd and Brentwood is just the street. So we're gonna cut through here the back way, and I really want to give y'all a raw, as y'all can see, I want to give y'all like a raw storyline of what's happening. You know, I used to not really want to share this side of the neighborhood or Towne and Terrace condominiums. I saw somebody walk back here. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna help y'all. That literally caved. Y'all can see that? Yeah, that caved. So this is the back of a, you know. But I want to really storytell. I feel like with this, I'm storytelling. But I want to storytell in a raw way. But it's positive, you know. But I want to really share the truth, you know, behind what's going on now, you know. And I want to be raw with y'all. This is the neighborhood that I grew up in. You know, 42nd and Towne and Terrace condominiums. I grew up here. The difference is when I was growing up, all the buildings were up. We had parks, playgrounds, we had a whole bunch of trees, and all these stuff was filled, as y'all can see. But the same thing is, just because I didn't grow up, okay, what I grew up in is just finally now being exposed. That's what y'all see now. So this is the type of environment that I actually grew up in when I was a kid. It's just now it's been exposed and the world can actually see it now. You know? That's what's happening. And y'all know what's crazy? Like, it's a lot of cameras over here, as y'all can see straight ahead. I don't know if y'all can see that camera by the 42nd and Brentwood sign, but that is a camera. That's a camera. And y'all know what's crazy? Throughout my whole life, the city of Indianapolis literally had videos of me when I was a kid, because we always had a camera on that pole. So I was a kid and I used to walk past that camera. So just imagine how many video clips that they have of me as a kid, you know? That's crazy, isn't it? Y'all see this? I gotta make sure that y'all can see all this stuff, you know? I don't want nothing to be in the way. Okay, yeah. This is Mr. Lewis' crib. We used to sit at this tree when I was a kid. Mr. Lewis, shout out to him. He doing a lot for IPS as a bus driver. (9203). I stay here with my grandma, but before that, my cousin stayed here. A couple years ago, her son got killed in Carriage House. If y'all heard about that story where those 4 kids were killed in a unit in Carriage House, her son was one of them. This is where I used to start watching WWE with my cousin. So yeah, man. This lady right here with this black car, she been here for a very long time. She in her 70s or 80s. And she always kept her unit up to par. She remembers my grandma too. I want to make sure that I show y'all all the rawness of it. now we're going over here to Mount Vernon. A lot of people don't talk about Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon does not get a lot of love. But Mount Vernon is the little sister to Brentwood. Mount Vernon is the street, 42nd and Mount Vernon. Y'all can see. I don't know if y'all can see that. But Mount Vernon houses the other side of Towne and Terrace condominiums. This is the other side, as y'all can see. I did live on Mount Vernon too. I'm gonna show y'all the unit that I stayed in. I'm gonna kind of walk in the street so give y'all a better view. And by the way, there goes someplace right there. So just see, y'all see how close we are. We found someplace, and then literally Postbrook is right there. If you cut through this little area right here, you be in Postbrook. So yeah. And I want to be raw with y'all, man. I am grateful for where I grew up. I'm thankful, but sometimes it is good to expose everything and not just the good, I stayed right here at 4136 with my mama, but before that, my grandma's boyfriend used to stay there, or after, I forgot, I don't know. His name was Chuck, and he used to get he always used to get those chocolate ice creams, and I used to eat them. But Chuck passed away in 2010, and then a couple months later in 2011, going into 2011, my grandma got sick, and she passed away. So this is the backyard. My dog, I had a dog named Brick, and this is 9215. This is the unit that I always talk about with my grandma. So that was my backyard. Let's see if I can show y'all. I don't want to go. I don't know. I don't want to do that. This is where the Red Park used to be at, which is the playground. And this is the original concrete. As y'all can see, we had a merry-go-round, a swing set, monkey bars. We had this crazy old slide that was real tall, and it was metal. It was one of them old ones. Let's look at this tree. I had my first piano, my 7th birthday party right here, 9215, which is my grandma's crib, and I had my birthday party over there. There's 2 windows right here is the front room, and this window right here was actually me and my grandma's room. I slept with my grandma because people lived with us. So that's a 2-bedroom flat. My cousin Wax, that I told y'all about, his 2 sisters and his mom stayed there with us. So I slept with my grandma. But one of his sisters passed away. Then recently his grandma passed away. So my cousin Wax is locked up right now for a murder charge. And he got he get out in, don't quote me, but I think he get out in, what is this, 2024? I think he get out in like 2030 something. So, and this was actually my great grandma's unit. I do remember a moment with my great grandma. I don't remember too much with my great grandma, but look at this, bro. Look at that house that they created. That's pretty decent. It's pretty nice out here. I said it's pretty nice out here. Yeah, I remember this unit with my great grandma. I gave her a goldfish, and that's all I remember. And then one day I just remember, because I used to stay over there too, that's boarded up, and she got sick. Shout out to 9111 too. This is where I started to mentor my first set of kids ever. Zayden, Marion, and Caden. I brought the basketball court out here, and I mentored them. I wrote my first book over here. So I used to bring my MacBook and stuff, and I would just write. I was, and a lot of people like, why would you go over here and sit on Brentwood and write a little story? It was the most inspiration that I got in my life, I got the most inspiration. 2020, if you came down Brentwood, you'd probably see the most funniest things ever in your life. Literally. The stuff I saw was so funny. But this sign right here is a legendary sign. I do ask the city if y'all probably gonna throw this away regardless, and I actually want to have it. So hopefully, can I keep this? I can put this in my gaming room. I can fix it, clean it up a little bit, and put this in my gaming room and put it on the wall. I feel like that'd be a good part of my gaming room. And it's a memory of something that, so yeah, it's Towne and Terrace. Then you see this Look at that unit. Or this whole building right here. It's gone. It's gone. 4146 was the house that I ran to when that man, so I don't know who it was, but he from out here. I just never knew who it was. But when I was a kid, somebody chased me with a scary mask on. And this was my cousin used to stay, and I ran over here knocking on the door. And my cousins knew that I was over knocking on the door. They waited till the dude with the mask, he got close. That's when they opened the door. But to this day, I don't know who that was. You know? But yeah, man. So yeah, man, this is the last of Towne and Terrace. Last standing. Can y'all see that? Yeah. And I want to be raw with y'all, man. How do I feel? At first I was hurt, right? Because this is something that I always once knew. But I want God to give me the right words to say. I want to say the right thing to y'all. You know? I do want to. Oh, let me show y'all something. Before, I know y'all always hear me say, I rep the creek. I rep the creek. I come from the creek. Here's the creek, y'all. Y'all thought the creek was a person? No, the creek is actually a creek. Shout out to the creek, man. I'll go through that right now for y'all, but I ain't doing it because it's cold outside. Shout out to the creek, man. That is the creek. It's literally a creek. It plays a great part on 42nd and Post Road. I come from the creek. Yes, sir. Look at the shoes on the wire, y'all. I see the shoes. I don't know if y'all can see that. But how do I feel? I just learned with this situation that everything really does die. Everything doesn't live forever. What lives forever is your legacy. But everything in this world is passing away. Literally. Us, you know, even the world is passing away. And I just have to realize and accept that it's to trust God in this situation. Because this can be the beginning of something very beautiful, literally. Like, I know a lot of people here who lived here for a long time, who grew up in this neighborhood for a long time. It's hard to let this go because this is all you know. And change is hard because change is a form of being unknown. So I understand that. But you never know what God is doing, you know? It can be a very big, amazing blessing at the end of Towne and Terrace Condominiums. This can be a rebirth to something very beautiful. There go another camera, as y'all can see. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, I can. That's another camera. So sometimes it is good to let things go and accept change, because this can be the start of something very beautiful in this community, you know? And I realize why this have to die. And I'm gonna tell you why. You see all these cameras over here, right? Now you ask yourself, why is there so many cameras in this community? It's like a zoo, right? Yeah. Now you ask yourself, if there's cameras in this community, almost every corner, then what's going on in this community? You know? I don't really like to talk about it because it makes me feel like I'm talking down on TNT, Towne and Terrace, you know? And that's like me talking down on myself, you know? But it's not myself, because just because I come from over here doesn't mean certain things over here define who I am. There go another camera over there, y'all. It's a lot that took place in these recent past years in this community. All this land used to be buildings, by the way, too. And I feel like In order to really cause change in this community, something has to die. And what is it that has to die? Yes, Towne and Terrace is dying, but it's something else that's dying with these bricks. You know, these bricks are going to always mean something to me. It's more than just bricks. But something else is dying with TNT. What do you think is dying with TNT? If you look up 42nd and Post Road, what do you see? And now ask yourself, what is dying with TNT? Something, it has to die in order to cause change in this community. Because change couldn't come with the same cycles that were happening in this community. As y'all can see, y'all see new stuff that's over here? That was the start of getting fixed up. But I realized sometimes things do have to go, bro. And it is falling apart, bro. It's old. Brentwood, Towne and TNT was built in like 1960 something. So what? 60s, yes, 60s. So 1960s, what how old they would be? Don't ask me. Ask your calculator. But yeah. Look at this. In order for change to come, something has to go. And what I was connected to, born into, is coming to an end. It's dying. Long live real. I love you, Dad. God's word, 1 Peter 2:8. That says mamas. We're gonna get a mama. So yes, guys, what I was connected to, born into, is dying. It is coming to the end of that era. Man, I'm gonna miss these buildings. I remember growing up in this community. All the buildings was up. Every unit was filled. We had trees. We had so many big trees. It's crazy. All the buildings gone now, y'all. A lot of people have died over here. A lot of people, it's a lot of issues, you know? So I understand why it has to go, because it's change, you know? It's a new beginning. It's a fresh start. It's a rebirth. So I understand. I just hope out of this change that we seeing right now, or it's about to happen, I want to see more out here. You know, I'm tired of... Kids were living over here, by the way. So yes, kids were walking past this, going through the violence, going through gunshots, or can literally step out, most likely, and see a body on the ground. That's this environment. And this is the same environment that I grew up in. It's just the difference is, it's finally been exposed. You know? What I was born into, or the environment that I was born into, or let me rephrase that. What y'all see now, even though I grew up with all the buildings and trees and playgrounds and all that, there go another camera, as y'all can see. Even though I grew up in all that, oh my gosh, look at this, bro. That's a freaking cat that I almost stepped into. Just because I grew up with all the buildings, all the trees, and all this stuff that y'all see, it really doesn't mean anything, because what I grew up in is finally being exposed. This is the environment that I grew up in. It's just finally being exposed. It's like the world is finally seeing what Nashawn Clay had to experience growing up. And look who I am today. And unless you know that your environment, or what you were born into, or what you seen growing up, does not have to define who you are as a person. I could be selling drugs. I could be dead. Or I could be in jail. But God saved me. He did. God saved my soul. And I want every kid out here to understand this is the same environment that I came from. This is where I came from. This is what I grew up in. I want y'all to know that God gave everybody in this world a story. And your story doesn't have to break you. It can be a very great, just a part of your life to help others. You know? Once you overcome your story, you're unstoppable. But once you go through your story, accept what you're going through. Because, man, that story is going to help you become I don't know the word, but you're going to be amazing in this life. Just keep believing in yourself. I got a song called Elena B that well, it's not called Elena B. I named it that, but it's really called Rodigans. But I'm about to change the name again. I'm about to name it TNT Forever. Or Brentwood Forever. And I'm going to shoot it out here, Lord's will. It's a positive song. It teaches kids that no matter where you come from, you can always, whatever you put your mind to, you can be that. Always believe in yourself and never let nobody tell you that you're trying to become somebody that you're not. Because we're supposed to believe in each other. And older people, you're supposed to believe in the youth. And older people, you're supposed to believe in kids that's younger than you. Especially kids that or young adults who come from environments like this. You should not be telling them that they're trying to become somebody that they're not, knowing or not understanding that they come from an environment like this where a lot of people don't go to college or a lot of people don't graduate. Many people out here got killed. From the older people to my friends, I watched a lot of people die. If I could count how many people I know that have died, it's probably over 100. Literally. Over 50, over 60 people that I have known that has died from gun violence. Nobody around me went to college. Nobody really around me graduated high school. So you're supposed to believe in me. You're supposed to tell me that I can be great, that I'm not gonna die, that I'm not the things that I see in my environment. What? There go another camera right there, y'all. So it's still a few kids out here, as y'all can see. And my camera is gonna die, y'all. So, well, it's not gonna die, but I'm gonna have to take some storage out. I wanna go back here. So yeah, man. So I am excited for the change because I really want this to become an environment where you see kids just be more in life. When you come on 42nd in Brentwood, where Towne and Terrace is no longer going to be, I will go in there. That's kind of good content though, but I don't want to show too much. That is good content. Yeah. We ain't going in there. We just gonna show y'all like that. But anyways, when y'all come on 42nd and Brentwood, because TNT won't be here, I wanna be normal for the outside world to see, dang, these kids are amazing. I want my kids to grow up on 42nd and Brentwood. Because most of all those kids grew up over there. They didn't graduate high school. They going off to college. They great in education, entrepreneurs. Look at those kids, you know, like it's so much success coming over here with our youth. That's what I want. And I feel like I wanted it with TNT, but I have to realize you can't have that with TNT, because if you want change, you have to sacrifice something, you know? So yeah, man. And today I started a new opportunity, education. And it's a new start, it's a new beginning. And guess what? I work with kids who come from environments literally just like this. I ain't gonna say I never, but not to this extent. This is like different. Like, I was literally talking to kids who know what it feels like to lose friends to gun violence, where I work at now, you know? And I want to just give a shout out to all the educators. See, y'all see, it's still kids that live over here. As y'all can see, he jumping on that track. Whoa, it's a few of them. I want to give a shout out to all the educators and stuff like that. The educators that actually care. Who's teaching kids who come from environments like this. You know, I want to say y'all are needed, and I hope that y'all continue to push through, and I want y'all to know that y'all are appreciated, because we do need more people like y'all to love us and to help us, to push us to be great. What's up? And don't give up, bro. Don't give up on us. I know it's hard to deal with. Trust me, I know. But don't give up on those kids, man. They need you more than you think. You know? So don't give up on them. Be the one that really do help them see different in this world than what they see around them. You know? And I just want to say thank y'all to everybody in my life from since I was a kid that helped me get to where I'm at today. Because this is exactly where I come from. And a lot of teachers didn't know that. And the teachers that did know that, or I ain't even gonna say that, but the teachers, how can I put that? So, I don't know how to put it, but the teachers, I had a teacher that believed in me, you know. She didn't come from where I came from, but she pushed me. When she found out I was doing the wrong thing, because I started to do the wrong thing by the time I hit the 9th grade. By the time I hit the 9th grade, my grandma passed away. Then my cousin got locked up for murder months later. So I had to experience my grandma dying. I literally witnessed my grandma on her last. You know, like literally watching her have strokes. She was in a coma, all that stuff. And then turn around, have to go into the court and literally experience my cousin that I was there again. You know, go through that as a, you know, I watched him fight for his life in the court system for murder. But he was found guilty. But he took accountability, you know? So I'm not here to say, oh yeah, free him. No. So, yeah, man. So I do think it's beauty behind what we about to see. In city of Indianapolis, please give me that sign, the Towne and Terrace sign. I know y'all gonna, eventually nobody that want it is gonna throw it away or something, but let me keep it. I would cherish that. I want to cherish that. That would be something I really want to like to have. Put it in my game room, put it on the wall and stuff like that, you know? But I just want to say thank y'all, you know? Everybody who believed in me, who's just kind to me, who just, you know, thank y'all, because that stuff really does go a long way, bro. I know how I feel. I know everybody have their story, but I want y'all to know where I come from and how hard it was for me to even get to where I'm at today. And how challenging it is to face people who look like you and shut the door on you, not knowing where you come from. Not just, and it's not about race, but just being a kid in America, a black kid in America, coming from poverty, coming from here, where the odds are already against me. How hard it is and how challenging it is to constantly face people like that. It's hard because I made it this far. You don't know how, you know, you don't know how hard it was for me to get here or even want to get here. You know, like today we're pushing the youth to be more in life, you know? But how can the youth be more than life when y'all shut the door? You know? We are trying. And I'm gonna keep fighting for the youth. I'm gonna keep fighting for kids who come from where I come from, who have similar stories to me, who come from the same environment as me. I'm gonna push them to be great, and that's gonna be my legacy when I die. I'm gonna push them to be great in this life, to be more in this life. As long as I live, I believe that's what God put me here for. That is my passion. That is my mission. To spread the gospel, to become more like Jesus Christ, even though sometimes I do fall short. But that's my goal. I want to make it into the kingdom. And I want to make sure that everywhere I go, I be the light for those kids who feel like they're just in darkness. And I want to believe in them when the world says, or when the system says that they can't be anything in life. I'm part of the system that pushes them to be great. I refuse to be a part of the system that tells them they ain't gonna be nothing in this life. I would rather die before I join sides with the dark side of the system. And my mind is made up. So shout out to my community and everybody who believed in me. Thank you. I love you guys. I love y'all all. What I grew up around does not define who I am. Right now I'm on my way to school and do my homework for psychology, my bachelor's. That's what I'm about to go do. And then Lawrenceville, one day y'all gonna say, Nayshawn Clay has received her PhD in psychology. Now her name is Dr. Nayshawn Clay. I love y'all, man. And we are out.